Justice Mwamuye's orders, no one cares about them. As Bwana Mwethi says, nothing will happen to any of these gentlemen.
Yeah, we must commend and actually thank the judiciary for how they come out in such a situation. You know, Fred, nothing has to be, I mean, not everything can be the way, you know, in which people want exactly, but at least the judiciary is coming out to showcase that they are going to stick by the Constitution. They are not going to be influenced by politics or State House or any, you know, state leadership. And that was very good. In fact, I think the judge sort of exceeded the you know, I can say the line by already predicting what he will do on Thursday or 13th?
I think
the next
Friday.
hearing day, yeah. So, because he sort of actually already convicted them, he said, if you don't come, then I will convict you. I think he captured the mood of the Republic of Kenya. He actually really captured how Kenyans feel, and he did very well. So I'm not worried, Fred, that Inspector General of Police will not go to court, because it is true he will be convicted. The acting Inspector General of Police, Masengeli, was convicted. Those convictions are very important because they set a precedent. Another IG will come tomorrow, and he cannot evade being, you know, being convicted. And a conviction
without consequence.
You know, a conviction, Fred, a conviction is a consequence itself. Once you are convicted, if we were living in a better country than this, such a guy cannot actually again be called into office. But the problem we have today, like he said, there's a problem at the head. If you're a teacher, unless your children are, you know, you have a child who is a genius, they cannot go beyond you. Children will jump up to where the teacher is. So all these guys, whatever they are doing, and I like how Sosion has really tried to exonerate somebody and say, oh, the IG, oh, you know, it's them and all that. The truth of the matter, if you look at the body language of the head of state, when people are actually uttering very, very awkward, in fact, utterances bordering on criminality. Look at what happened in Bungoma, where, you know, a member of parliament stands up and literally insults a governor in office, and the head of state is there. In fact, when he stands up, he says, I don't think there's a problem if people want to ask me for something during such a funeral. Instead of saying, hey, leaders, let us tame us. Of course, he cracked a joke and said, these are the kind of people I lead and all that. But he should come out outrightly and transparently tell people that this is the direction I want us to go. The head of state has not totally exonerated himself from these abductions and said, I do not want to. In fact, if he says once that I should not hear anything to do with abductions, there will be nobody abducting people. So I don't want to be misunderstood, but I can imagine the situation the IG is in, because if he appears in court, he is likely to spill beans, and that is likely to affect his job, I can tell you for free, because judges and lawyers there cannot give him a breathing moment. They will want to know exactly when was this guy abducted. And I will tell you, it is possible that the IG himself was sidelined in some of these cases of abductions. Then it would lead to who then is abducting. And you will find a very interesting squad, you know, being, you know, receiving instructions from some quarter, and then you will see that people will be more disgruntled. So I think, yes, let him appear in court. Definitely he has to, because that's the court order. But it is not new to us. It has happened before. In fact, the judgment that the boss will take will be responsible for the sins of their juniors is slightly contradicting another judgment of Justice Mumbi of the High Court, where she had ruled, I think that was 2019, I can check the ruling, where she said that any officer who is misusing a weapon will personally be liable. Both judgments are critical. Why? Because you cannot claim the word, I am in the police force. You have to be liable for how you use your power.
Now that you've mentioned it, it's there on the front page of the Star that the ex-IG, Koome, will face trial over police brutality. It's from a different issue, but still in the same line. Because many people believe that none of these police bosses could ever face any consequence of their action or inaction.
That is very important, Fred, because